This video, we're going to be going over my favorite route in college football 25. This route can be hot routed. It's in every playbook, in every formation. And I'm going to be explaining kind of why this route is as effective as it is. Again, you can apply this to whatever offense you're running. If you guys want to get my full offensive and defensive ebooks, those are available by being a school community member. School.com/Cody Bauer will teach you kind of how I like to play the game. We have several different ebooks already available. Cool part about being a school member is you get everything for just $10. So you get the whole website, all the ebooks, everything you need to get better at the game. So if you want to sign up for that, you're going to get access to both our college and our Madden offensive and defensive ebooks for just $10. The link to sign up is going to be in the description below. Now, I am in the Oregon ebook or the Oregon playbook, and I do have an ebook on the Oregon Ducks offensive ebook, but I want to go over this play or this route concept. So what we're going to do is come out flood. It doesn't really matter. There's not a play you have to use, but essentially most people run their bunch to the wide side of the field. What we're going to do is we're actually going to flip our bunch and we're going to run it to the short side. Now, there are a plethora of good short side combos in gun bunch, but what I want to really talk about is this solo wide receiver on the right side and a route combo that we can use this year that really we've not been able to use and is really kind of, I think, brought the solo wide receiver aspect of bunch back into the fold. So what we're going to do is we're going to put him on this new hot route, and that new hot route is left stick to the right. That's going to put him on a speed out. Now, as you see, this is going to only go about 5 yards, right? Now, while this 5-yard speed route is good, we can actually stem this route to however deep we want it to go. So if we want it to go like 15 yards, we could go 15 yards, right? So what I like to do here is I actually like to stem this route basically to just over the first down marker. So you see there's a 10-yard stem about between 12 and 15. And what you're going to see is there's not a whole lot of zones that's going to be able to get out there. That was a curl flat zone from the cover 4 drop. I'll now show you a cloud flat zone, and there's really just not a lot of good coverage for this route. Now, I will go over how to stop this route as well in a minute, but I just want to kind of highlight, here's a cloud flat. Again, you see this just gets in a really soft spot. Now, what I'm doing with my passing in terms of my trajectory of passing the ball here is I am holding left trigger, and I am kind of free-forming this up and to the right, essentially away from that underneath defender, and you see that it's just consistently giving me this kind of really unique animation. I'm going to go to a cover 3 here, and we are going to put this guy on the right side into a curl flat zone for you. So you can just see cover 3, cover 2, cover 4, kind of all the basic coverages that you might want to know about. So here's cover 3 with a curl flat, and as long as we have time, that's basically the same as a cover 4. Now, another thing that we didn't go over just yet is I did want to go over press coverage. So if they do press these outside quarters, you're going to see here, sometimes they bump into them like that, but normally it's going to be even more open than what you're seeing. Like, normally this is really open. So you might be asking, Cody, how do you stop this route? It's a really, really good route. Now, the one thing I did want to say is I'm going to go to cover 2 here. You're going to see that this cover 2 coverage is going to have a pretty good chance at stopping this. But if I stem the route up to 15 yards, you can actually throw this over the top of a cover 2 cloud. So, again, I want to put this guy on the out route, and you'll see here, this is about a 5-yard out route. Watch this cloud flat. You're going to see here, even that, like, you see how the cloud flat just kind of sits? He doesn't really get out there. This is super common in this year's game with zone coverage. The zones are way more, they just defend more inside. So what I like to do is get this to about a 15-yard route stem, and you'll see right on the cut, we're just going to freeform this up and over the top of the cloud. We're going to possession catch it. This is a really tough throw to defend. Now, I will say I would not throw it probably against cover 2, but against pretty much everything else, I will. Now, another thing that is going to happen is they're going to play man coverage, right? So they're just going to try to man this up. We're going to go to cover 2 man here. I want you to watch how this works. You're going to see he's going to press, and then he gets that nice round cut, and a lot of times this is going to be open basically once he kind of gets to the outside. So one of the answers that the defense is going to try to basically use to stop this route is they're going to man it up. But you'll see here when he cuts, you see how he gets a lot of separation, right? Now, Quinn Ewers has to be able to make a throw, and also I am using like my second best receiver against Georgia, actually probably my third best technically, against Georgia's best cover corner. So, but you see like right when he cuts, We're just throwing this to the outside. You see we're getting plenty of separation if Quinn could only throw the ball. Now, the other thing you can do in bunch is you can actually motion this out. And the cool part about that is now we can kind of get back into our wide side bunch. We're just going to now motion out this out. And you see there, I mean, it just destroys man coverage. Now, the cool part about this play is that you don't really have to only be in bunch to have a success running this play. You can do this out of whatever playbook you want to. The biggest thing you're looking for here, as I'm going to go into the gun trips formation, is we need to have an outside receiver. So in this case here, circle is going to be our outside receiver. We're going to put him on that deep out route. Again, we're going to go about 15. When they're super out here like this, I normally go a little shorter. But basically here, same thing. When he cuts the right side, and I mean, you just see how open this is. This is so open. The other thing that I really like to do here, whenever let's say I'm running this, right? I love to have a streak in the middle of the field. The reason why is because the main counter to this is a cover 2, right? Well, if we utilize this kind of streak route, a lot of times what's going to happen is this streak up the seam will be able to bomb the cover 2 coverage. So you have kind of that streak to bomb the cover 2. A lot of times that streak also is going to kind of clear out space for your route, and then you just have this, I mean, just this absolute kind of money, easy yard gaining route. And again, the main thing they're going to be able to do to counter you is they're going to play a true cover 2, right? A true cover 2. But that cover 2 is only going to be as good as, basically they run it. But I love these out routes. As you'll see here on the left side, in the gun trips formation, I can't hot route this guy to an out route. Another thing I love to do that we didn't get into yet is I love to motion. I do this a lot out of trips tight end. And you see how I can now put this guy on the out route, because the more space he has to run to the sideline, to run horizontal, I think the better the route. So what I would probably do is something like this. I'll show you a legitimate route combination that we could actually utilize here. So you'll see what this looks like. And then if they run cover 2, I have that kind of corner route. And then you see here, you see how the way it kind of throws, and because you can stem the route, it's going to turn this into almost like a corner route, almost like not a slant out, but like a super nice little, like almost corner route that is really hard for the underneath zone defenders to be able to play. And then if they are able to play it, like I said, like if they run like a true cover 2, maybe they throw some good zone drops out there, a lot of different things that the defense obviously has at its disposal. Then one of the things that I like to do here is we're going to hit this seam streak, because that out route is going to pull that half, and then the seam streak is going to basically be isolated one-on-one and potentially be a one-play score against cover 2. So this is one of my favorite route combinations in college football 25. You can literally do it from any play, any playbook, anything. It's a hot route, but it's super good. I think a lot of people are really sleeping on how good this route is. So make sure to add this to your playbook. If you guys want to check out my entire offensive, defensive ebooks, make sure you go to our school community site, school.com/Cody Ballard. It's basically literally everything that I know about the game compiled into a website that's easy to understand, learn from, and implement into your own game. Thanks for watching the video. To get access to that site, get everything for $10. The link is in the description below.